First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, unto the true and sincere brothers that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Divided and conquered, or divide and conquer, all right? And that's one of the tactics that Esau has used for centuries, all right, for ages, to infiltrate a people and divide them, all right? And the same thing about this is they're trying to divide, all right, the kingdoms again, all right, the northern and the southern kingdom, all right, the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the Latino tribes, but the same division is coming amongst them, their own people, where Edomites, all right, are divided. And this country eventually is this country is divided, but eventually it's going to be even more. It's going to be even more division amongst this wicked ass country, and that's going to bring forth the end. All right, and that's going to bring forth the end. It's going to bring forth civil war. It's going to bring forth great calamities upon this place. And this Trump pushing out these several different executive orders is only the beginning of it. Excuse me. So as we're coming into these end times, you're going to see more and more more friction amongst the people, more controversy amongst the in this place. All right, more confusion amongst this place. All right, and with the ICE raids that are going on recently through Trump's immigration raids that he's pushing, it's going to be it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. All right, hyperinflation, of course, is going to play a big role into that. All right, so it's going to be race wars. All right, these are all things that are signs of the end times. All right, so I'm gonna go into a few articles and headlines, and excuse me, to show you how this place is becoming more and more and more divided. All right, and how eventually it's going to spill over into the streets. It's going to be bloodshed eventually. It's going to be a civil war, and that's what the wicked elite want. All right, that's what the that's what Esau wants, because they want, in order to restore order, you got to have disorder. All right, so let me go into this. It says, where is it? Oh, I want to get this because you have government, governors, mayors going against these federal immigration raids. All right, so they're going against the governments. All right, that's causing a divide right there. All right, Trump puts out an order, and several mayors are opposed to it. Then you have some that are for it. Okay, so this is Chicago mayor launched Know Your Rights campaign amid immigration controversy, and he made a speech. He was talking shit that we're giving asylum to Ukrainian immigrants, but those of color. All right, speaking of Jake, all right, the tribes from the Northern Kingdom, all right, they're not, they're deporting them. All right, says Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson on Chicago Transit Authority launched a Know Your Rights campaign Thursday to inform city residents of their legal protection against actions by federal immigration and customs enforcement, ICE. All right, the campaign follows a viral video released last week in which Johnson defended the asylum seekers and immigrants against allegedly racist federal enforcement practices at the Martin Luther King Interfaith Breakfast. The mayor drew a comparison between the treatment of Ukrainian immigrants and the immigrants of color, reaffirming his commitment to protect all incoming migrants. But this is already causing a divide months ago. All right, maybe 6 months ago, when you had all these people coming into the country. They were getting put up in hotels. They were receiving benefit cards, Visa cards with thousands of dollars on it. So it was a divide amongst the people already. All right, so this is causing a greater divide. All right, and it's going to cause a divide where it can't be mended. All right, it's no saving Babylon. It's no people coming together. All right, the people are already divided. Okay, it says while English, French, and Spanish guidelines and campaign reaffirm Chicago's commitment to its sanctuary city status. And I went into what sanctuary city is, and it's basically it says there's no official definition which constitutes a sanctuary city or state jurisdiction. In general, it refers to a policy that limits or defines the extent in which a local state government will share information with federal immigration law enforcement. So they, the local or state government won't assist the federal government. So they're opposing to the government, or opposing to the federal government. All right. It says, what do sanctuary cities do? There are a variety of different types of information sharing or cooperation prohibits that a city, state, or local government could employ that could result in it being described as a sanctuary jurisdiction. Detainees jurisdiction adopts a policy that restricts the ability for local police to arrest for federal immigration or violations, or detain individuals on civil immigration warrants. So your local police department, sheriff, they can't assist. Okay, the government, if these individuals are in what's deemed a sanctuary city. All right, so let me go back to this one real quick. It says, with over 400 ads that will be displayed across the CTA system, and campaign organizers will host multiple Q&A events around the city. That's stupid. You're gonna have a Q&A event around the city. You're gonna post all these ads, and people are gonna show up, and then ICE shows up. All right, that's a setup in itself. So you got to have your eyes open, because this devil is setting traps left and right. All right, that's what this devil does. It also includes, back to the article, it also includes a special order preparing city police to respond to ICE requests. So they may be opposed to that. They'll say, we're not getting local assistance with this, that, and the other. It says, we are going to protect the residents and the people of the city of Chicago. We have given a very clear instructions to our sister agencies and all other city departments that they are expected to uphold our welcoming city ordinance. We are not going to interfere, but we are certainly not going to cooperate with that type of abhorrent behavior. So they're not going to cooperate with it. All right. So say it's I don't know. I don't want to take it to this extent, but say there's a gunfight between, ICE and these so-called immigrants. I don't know if the police is going to assist or not, but those type of things, those type of situations could possibly arise. All right. It says, damn, did I close that? It says, where was I at? Oh, here it is. It says, North Carolina members of Congress introduced bill allowing sanctuary cities to be used. New York City immigration ICE agents arrest hundreds of migrants in sanctuary cities, including New York. So these sanctuary cities aren't any protection. All right, they'll still go in there and arrest whoever they got to arrest, but at the same time, they'll arrest who they got to arrest. So it's not like you're safe. Okay. But this is just basically saying that local law enforcement won't assist. Okay, let me see. It says some Democrats talk sanctuary cities has grown quieter. So a lot of these Democrats that talk that shit like they for the people, and they full of shit. They just politicians. All right. What is a sanctuary city? New Jersey sanctuary city state. What limitations does ICE have? Common sense. Huntington Beach declares itself a non-sanctuary city. So these are certain cities that are that will help ICE. That want these so-called immigrants deported. All right. See, amid Trump's immigration actions, New Hampshire Republicans renew anti-sanctuary city bills. So you're going to have those cities that are for or will assist ICE in these different raids. Okay, and you see these headlines, and you think, okay, it's just so-called Mexicans, the Latin tribes, people from Colombia, all these different countries that are south of the border. No, they coming to get Benjamin, Judah, and Levi also. All right, I put up a tweet right here. It says, did y'all know that ICE detained a black man who was born in Philly for months because they accused him of being Jamaican and illegal? He only got out because a friend found his birth certificate. This man, this black man, seems to think they'll stop at immigrant and alphabet people. So they taking anybody, and he just happened to ain't nobody going to walk around with their birth certificate on them. Okay, you wouldn't think, but it may come to that where they detaining anybody. Everyone's a suspect at this point. Okay, it says ICE arrests 956 Sunday at a nationwide rate as nationwide raids continue. All right, and these could possibly be citizens that were born here, that have a family, that have kids, that have a job they got to be to on Monday, but they got arrested on some bullshit. So this shows you the extent of Esau's going to fulfill their new world order. To Esau, with the extent that Esau is going to cause this chaos. All right, to cause, they want to cause anarchy, they want to cause lawlessness, they want to cause civil war. Therefore, they can restore order. All right, you can't restore order unless there's disorder. All right. This is Revelation 12:12. Rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So we see this is a part of the devil's great wrath. This is the part of the devil showing his great hatred for you Israelites. All right. Because that's who the main culprit is. Israel. All right. You tribes. It says Ezekiel 35:3. And said I unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee. I will make thee most desolate. This is Mount Seir is synonymous with Esau, Edom. All right. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahawah, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So Esau has a perpetual hatred, and this perpetual hatred is showing forth. Everyone's going to see that this devil hates you. Okay, and it don't matter if you're Democrat, Republican. All right, these devils hate you. These devils are all in agreement, are all confederate against you Israelites. That's why you Jakes got to wake up. Okay, and Jake has to see these devils for who they are. All right, these low level devils, these higher ups. Okay, your like I said, your local your local government, your state government, your national government. None of them give a shit about you, because they're all receiving orders. Okay, for what legislations, what executive orders to push through. All right, and when they do, you Israelites are you're the last of their concerns. Okay, they want to either it's going to come to a point where they're going to exterminate you, or you're going to get down with their new world order. All right, and that's what all this is bringing forth. Okay, it says I like this one. Dr. Phil joins Chicago immigration raid as border czar says more arrests are coming. So everyone, this devil Dr. Phil, especially the black woman, she'll go to the show and watch this guy every damn day, and he's a part of, he joined the border czar to get rid of Jake. All right, the Latino woman probably watches this devil too. It says the TV personality Dr. Phil joined U.S. border czar Tom Hammond in a choreographed immigration raid in Chicago, one of several conducted in U.S. cities over the weekend, in what Hammond claimed was only the beginning stages of Donald Trump's promised threat to deport millions of people from the country. He didn't say millions of immigrants or migrants or whatever they want to call them. He said millions of people. All right, so it don't matter what color you are. All right, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, said it had made 956 arrests Sunday, bringing the total since Trump took office to 2,681 arrests, short of 1,200 and 1,500 daily arrests that Trump had reportedly demanded. So there's millions upon millions of people that have coming into the country. All right, and it's not just the Northern Kingdom. It's not just the Latino tribes. You got Moabites. You got so-called Chinese. You got Africans. So-called, not so-called. You got Africans, Hamites coming to this country. You got all these different nations that came through this country, through the southern border within these past 4 or 5 years. All right, and you're not going to get all of them, okay? Because some of them are here for a reason, to carry out orders given by uh, 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 set up by probably the global elite, set up by these countries that are foes of America. All right, so you ain't going to get everybody. This civil war, this destruction is going to happen. It's going to start from within. All right, and the government is going to eventually deem a state of emergency behind this, and all you need is a T attack to happen. All right, and everything is going to be pushed into a fast forward mode. All right. Um, Let me see if there's any other headlines I wanted to get. Arrest warrants, lug inside Trump deportation raid. Let's see. ICE begins immigration raids across Texas. So they're going to hit all these states. Texas, they're going to really all the border states. Texas, Arizona, California, um, Florida, because you got a lot of migrants coming in on, from Cuba, different other islands down there coming in through Florida also. And the thing I like about this is you're going to have because Jake does a lot of jobs that the average Edomite, the average nigga don't want to do. All right, I mean the Northern Kingdom. All right, so-called Mexicans, they picking fruit, going out there. It was hard ass jobs. All right, picking berries and strawberries and picking oranges and apple trees and all that shit. All right, and there's going to be a shortage because ain't nobody. You're not going to be able to pay a Edomite, a Jake, all right, a Judite living here, damn near $50, $60 a day to go out there and pick oranges and shit all day. All right, so there's going to be a shortage in produce. All right, and that's bringing famine. All right, and famine and hyperinflation at the same time. All right, so this is all according to the Heavenly Father's plan. All right, so yeah, hey, in my mind, it's a good and a bad thing because you got Jakes here that have families that are trying to make it, and they possibly get deported, and then you have but at the good thing, well, the part about it is, in my opinion, is hey, it begins to cause a famine. It begins to cause a chain reaction of events where, oh shit, apples is $20 because ain't nobody picking no apples. All right, oranges is this much, or just produce in itself. Okay, so hey, it's Esau has an agenda set behind it, but the Most High got a bigger agenda that is that's going to cause a famine eventually. All right. Let me grab this. Matthew 24. And shit, I could really start at 4, or let me see, 4. And Yahawashi, I started at 4. And Yahawashi answered them and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So it's going to be war, world war. It's going to be war, civil war. All right, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Of course, famine, the pestilence, the famine that I just spoke of through if there are no migrants here, immigrants, or the Northern Kingdom to pick fruit and produce. Who's going to do it? The farmers ain't gonna go out there and they can't, and do it themselves. All right, and no one's gonna work for the low wages. All right, so it's gonna be a famine. All right, and also the engineered famine by Esau, burning up all these different produce factories, and Trump, putting tariffs on everything, talking about they're gonna put a 25% tariff on food, and people don't know that the majority of the food that we get here comes from China. So that's going to cause inflation, hyperinflation also. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you to be afflicted and kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. That's talking about the elect. That's talking about the men of the Lord. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's going into the love of many. It's going to say it in this. What's going to say it in the next couple of verses. All right, people are going to be offended. Everyone's going to betray one another. All right, everyone's going to hate one. It's going to be it's going to be it's going to be like I said, a great division, a great divide amongst the people, amongst nations, okay, amongst different races, all right, amongst different classes of people, all right, the rich and the poor. It's the wealth gap has increased, is continuing to increase, where you're just going to have rich and poor. You're not going to have no more middle class or no more upper middle class or lower middle class. You're just going to be rich and poor. All right, that's how the elite won. All right, where the scripture says the rich ruleth over the poor. All right, and that's how this devil wants it forever. It says, many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, it's gonna be, it's gonna be cutthroat out here. All right, where people aren't going to give a damn about nobody or nothing. Everyone's going to be out for themselves. All right. Let me go grab this real quick in Mark 3 and verse 23. And he called unto them and said unto them in a parable, how can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And we know this is talking, Yahawashi was cutting those wicked scribes and Pharisees, but this can be applied to today also. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And this place is clearly divided. All right, you see it at the government level. You see it even at at all levels of government, and it's trickling down to the people. All right, you saw it during this election. Okay, and you're seeing it now with different governments, different branches of different states. All right, different cities are divided against this whole migration or immigration raid. Okay, and eventually they're going to their people are standing up against the government, and they're going to begin to stand up against the government for different various reasons also, like the food, gas, okay, certain things that they're trying to implement. Not going to be any jobs because AI is taking over everything. All right, these are going to be factors that's going to play into the people eventually rising up against the government. All right, and dividing this wicked ass country. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. All right. Let me get this scripture. Isaiah 19. I'm gonna read it in the. I'm gonna read it in the not the NLT, NIV. I don't think they have the NLT on here. Let me see. I'll just read it from my phone real quick. Pull up the NLT. I'll get in. I'm gonna see if I get in the GNT. We'll see what the GNT says. The Good News Testament. No, it's not good. Yeah, the good is what is it called? The Good News Translation. I said Testament. In the NLT, Isaiah 19. Yep, Isaiah 19 and 2. I will make Egyptian fight against Egyptian, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. All right, that goes into the race riots. All right, race riots, civil war. Let me see what Isaiah says in the GNT. It says, the Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, and brother against brother, and neighbor against neighbor. And rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. It said we'll store up civil war in Egypt. And if you understand the scriptures, you understand the difference between ancient Egypt and modern day Egypt. Modern day Egypt is Babylon. All right, Egypt is synonymous with captivity, the captivity of the Israelites. All right, but the Lord is going to stir up civil war, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor. All right, these are all things spoken of in the Holy Scriptures. Let me grab this. Let me go to the Apocrypha in the G&T and get Second Ezra's 15. 15 and this pop up? 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. The world and the people are in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. All right, that's what's going to eventually take place. All right, when these people eventually rise up. All right, and you know, rise up and fight against the government. There will be no longer be free access to cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. All right, so total confusion, destruction, terror. All these things are coming to America. All these things are mounting up. All right, where you know people are already divided, but it's going to be even a great divide where you see a family that and their father or mother are deported. All right, and you see the effects of that it has on that family. You think that family's going to give a shit about following laws or then people are going to lose it. Okay, and hey, that's why you got to be in tune with the spirit. All right, that's why you can't be worried about nobody and all this other bullshit. All you have to worry about is taking care of yourself and your family and following the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right, putting your faith in Yahawashi Yahawashi. So when these calamities begin to happen, and you may be Esau may come down upon you having great wrath. Your faith is built up in Yahawashi Yahawashi. You're not looking for an easy out. You're not looking for an easy way out. You're not looking for a solution from the devil. All right, you're putting your faith in Yahawashi Yahawashi that He's going to deliver you. That He's going to like what the scripture said, He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. That He is not what does it say? To forget your labor of love. I forgot. It's in Romans. But let me grab this real quick in 2nd Ezra 6 and damn, where is it? Is it 6? I think it's 6. Let me see. 20. Yeah, here it is. 24. At that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. All right. So, well, it's going back to the divide. Friends shall fight against friends. All right. A nation against nation. All right. Let me see what this verse says in the same verse says in the GNT 24. Friends will fight like enemies in the earth, and the people will be terrified. Rivers will stop flowing and will stand still for 3 hours. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Friends fighting against each other like enemies. All right, your best friend, you thought you was your best friend, he's trying to kill you over a sandwich, over a slice of bread. Okay, so that's all I really had. I just want to get into this lesson about this place. Trump coming in and starting that great divide. All right, beginning to come down upon great wrath amongst Jake, amongst our people. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash, Shalom.